We're going. Sorry for the late start of the stream. Y'all, it is 9 p.m. EST over here. I usually do the live stream at 8. I plan for 8:30, but I've had folks here at home. Always nice to see kind of family coming by to visit. But as we know, it's a Friday. It's a live stream day. It's our day to look at figures, to look at toys. Our night to kind of hang and chill out. Also, I've been under the weather, so excuse the stuffiness and very tired look, and working as usual, but not today. Because I was like, I can't have the power to get up at 4 a.m. to do my thing when I'm all stuffy because I worked yesterday. And I was really sick yesterday. As sick as I was today, probably very worse. But any case, welcome to the live stream. I am Justin, the Zilla. Make sure to like, comment what you want to see here on the channel, whether that's reviews, live streams, anything at all. Whatever y'all want to see, I would really appreciate it. And then also, don't forget to subscribe. The more that y'all support, the more I might be able to start doing this more often. I do got to do more reviews and got to get pictures out again, because I haven't done a picture, it feels like, in like a few weeks. Feels like a couple. I don't know. It's been a while, but, we're making it through. We're doing our thing. We're surviving through, but we're having a good time. We've been, talking with folks, catching up with the fam. So, yeah. Nice little late night stream. A little bit later. Hopefully not for too long, but I'm excited, as always, to get going on this. And of course, as we start off every stream, we always have to do a weekly pickup, or at least give updates, a weekly update, I guess, of any kind. And we do have a pickup this week because from the brown paper bag, one of my local comic shops, Fanfare Toys. Shout out to those guys. You guys are awesome. And always have little goodies, little treasure pieces. So our weekly pickup is 2 scrolls. Where these were the Hasbro Pulse exclusive the Army Builder figures. Now, so with this, first scroll we have here is the one where it is, I think, entirely complete. So where it has the full, like the blaster there, has the little one and has the separate head there. And then our second one, which was actually cheaper, does not come with the big rifle blaster, but does come with the separate head and the little ray gun there. But but when I saw these, I was like, oh, I can finally have these. I know they're kind of older. They do have the pins, and they are, I think this is the Sunfire body. But you know what? I've been looking to get some classic scrolls into the collection just for a while. Just for a while, because I don't really have that many scrolls. The only ones I really have are is the Super Scroll that we opened a couple months ago. I think it was a couple months ago. Recently, I guess, if anything, I can say. But so I got that, and then also the Scroll Queen kind of technically, it's like I basically use her as my Spider Woman, but I did use the separate scroll Queen head on the MCU What If Gamora. I don't know. I just think I like that better. But in any case, nice to finally get classic army little scrolls in the classic black and purple uniform. Very nice and very, very cool. So nice little pickup. Hopefully I can get more of these at some point, or even get more army builders, because I need more Hydra soldiers. I definitely need some uh, 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 some shield agents as well. I need to get that 3-pack mainly, and get their whole, like, their army builder packs where they have the female ones. I think they did have a male one as well. Oh yeah. 2 little scrolls. Really, really cool. I don't know if we'll do a stream on these. I guess I can really just see, because this isn't really because it wouldn't really be an unboxing. It'd just be like, I guess technically an unpacking. But they're still cool. They're really nice figures, and they look great. I'll have to see what kind of heads I want them to have. I might have them on the mad thing. It's like, but this also does remind me, I still need to complete the Super Scroll Build-A-Figure, which is kind of in this classic costume, and which I honestly kind of prefer. I think I prefer that look over, over the one that we have now. I think it's just a better, more classic look. I think it's just my preferred look of the Super Scroll, instead of the more modern one they had with the Iron Man armor and the and just the extended out, like, the arm, and it has like the Black Bolt kind of head tuning fork thing, but still, these look great. Hopefully at some point we'll open up these, and we probably will. But in any case, nothing else for pickups. I am planning on getting a few little things, so we'll see what goes on there. I've had stuff on the list, I mean, just for a while, so pretty cool. Oh, and also, update on the wall, I did add the little monster that came with Jack Kirby. I know you can barely see him. Yeah, he's right there. And also move the Mouser and the little Utron over there on top of Baxter Stockman, to give them, a little bit of an actual space of their own, instead of them just sitting here. I want them more with the Mirage stuff. So yeah, so pretty nice. So pretty cool. But yeah, we're here. We're doing our thing, even despite the stuffiness. Excuse me for a moment. I think I can mute. And I will be doing this off camera, because I don't want y'all to see me do this, but so excuse me if I'm going to be kind of stepping away for a minute or two, or, kind of, I don't know, muting a lot, because I'll be sneezing a bit. It'll be pretty stuffy and pretty disgusting. So mind me, please. I'm going through it. I think a lot of people are getting sick right now too. Anyways, it seems like it. I feel like another virus is going around. A new season change. Spring is here. In some case, in some form or the other. So mind the shagginess, as always, and all the eye bags and the tiredness. Whew. But in any case, I think we're going to go ahead, switch on over to the live stream, doing our thing. So, oh yeah, I need to also do this. Excuse me. There we go. I think that is the actual setup we want, but we will, I think, go over, switch over to our other side of our camera and look at the two figures that we'll be looking at. I haven't really looked at my setup because I've been busy today and, you know, trying not to die here on this earth. I'm still trying to make it through, this little sickness I got. I want to make sure I am not. But we're going to switch on over, look at these awesome Sonic figures. We're going to get going. And here they are gonna come down a little bit. And if you do hear some noise in the background, people chatting up or making noise, that's the fam. So don't mind them. Yeah, well, look at these Sonic movie boys. We're gonna scoot this down just a little bit, just to give it a bit more. But look at these guys. So so tonight we'll be looking at the the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie, the Supersonic and Super Shadow figures from Jakks Pacific Toys. Very cool figures. Ones I didn't really think I would really be picking up anytime soon. Mainly, or ones I didn't think I'd be finding at all, really. Specifically with the Shadow figure, I didn't think I would ever get this guy, but the Sonic, it's like I knew I've been seeing him, just for a bit, so it's nice to finally get this guy, and nice to have the Super Shadow to go with them, because I have the regular versions. As y'all have seen with the original, with the original stream, and then also, with the thumbnail where they're sitting besides these guys, but they look so cool and they look so awesome. But we're gonna go ahead. I think we're gonna open up Sonic first, so we're just gonna jump right into it, get this going as quickly as possible so that I can survive this night. We're gonna move Shadow out of here, and we'll kind of focus on Sonic, at least for now. Get him, make sure my camera's all tilted as well as I can get it. And then also, don't mind the Spider-Man display. It's a little empty. Yeah, because we're doing picture ideas. So I'm trying to get pictures going, but I just haven't been able to do it. But look at this cool, the Super Shadow in the all kind of yellow goldish color with the red eyes. Have your Supersonic nameplate there with the red to blue kind of fade of the Sonic 3 movie kind of thing going on. Your 3+ Jakks Pacific logo there. Your Sonic 3 movie logo there. And then, of course, on the side, you got Shadow, you got Tails, you got Knuckles, and you got Sonic. Pretty cool, nice, basic kind of setup here. Then on the back, you have your Sonic the Hedgehog 3 logo there, where you have the Sonic kind of spin kind of thing, but it's with the blue and the black and red with Shadow and the Sonic thing. And then your Supersonic thing with a little bio. Supersonic is the ultimate form for Sonic. In this state, his power is unmatched. Or is it? Is it? Is it Sonic? Look at that Supersonic. A nice little promo image there, and all your different languages of Supersonic, of the same bio in the different languages. Very nice. 22 points of articulation, also in different languages as well. And then collect them all in different languages, where you have the Chow mascot Tails, the regular Shadow. This one has like the, I don't know if that's another version that's going to be coming out, or if that was their promo, or if that was their prototype Shadow figure. And then also the Knuckles figure. I don't I think this was the first one, I believe, just based on the head sculpt. But I still need a Knuckles and I still need a Tails, but yeah, but not the Chow. It's like they do have a regular one. So I got to get that one. And then also a Knuckles too, but probably the one with the flame effects. So something we'll get those, but we're going to go ahead, get this guy open. Really excited. Looks like a really cool figure. About probably, it's like I expect the same for this figure to be for it to be yeah, basically exactly the same as the regular Sonic figure, because oh, excuse me, because they're reusing the same body as the original one, but with a different head sculpt and with a different paint kind of setup. We're gonna go ahead and open up this Supersonic. So over your eyes, you mint in box collectors, as usual. We're gonna get this guy open, but we always want to be kind of clean. Here, nothing much. Put on there, there's your packaging. There on the floor, and there's our, oh, excuse me. I'm gonna knock over everything already, but here's our Supersonic. We're gonna get our camera down just a bit more, get him face to face. Going on here, bro. Got him. He's in all his plastic glory and his plastic prison. No, yeah, but no accessories. They didn't really start doing that until this next wave that's been out for a bit, but we will get him out of here, as we always do. This Supersonic all situated. Whoa. Then there's our plastic prison to the side, and here is our Supersonic, all his glory. And yeah, and these guys are kind of short, I will say. They are a bit on the shorter side, but at least for me, that's not really too much of a problem. Because they're in scale with each other and kind of in scale with other, with other toys of video game characters that they've done before, specifically with the Mario movie figures. But we'll be looking at those later. But look at this Supersonic. Of course, the main big thing is probably just the head sculpt. It's all brand new. He has a very a very serious you would say kind of confident, kind of smug, kind of smile, smirk look there with the red eyes on there. Very well done. Of course, the same kind of eye style that they've done, where it is, I think, just like a printed piece on the inside, but with a plastic kind of cover there for the eyes, but have the ears, and it's all yellow. And then, of course, with this, you have you have like Sonic's, I wouldn't say his hair, but I guess, I guess they are quills in some way. Or, because I wouldn't say spines, but I don't know what to call it. I forget what they call it. But, but his, I'll just say quills, I guess, for now, because that's what I can think of. But they're actually sticking up, because, it's like he has the different, the energy, kind of look, going on there. So it's all 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them just all up on there. Nice. And then, of course, getting down with the same, little flesh tone middle piece there. Have all the yellow that continues there, and then even has the 3 little pieces on the back, and then, of course, has the tail, as always. Nice. And then, of course, the classic gloves there too. That can be a fist or also open as well. And then with your usual legs there too, all and all hairy, kind of texture. And then of course the classic Sonic shoes with the they actually have like a tiny buckle on these. I guess I'll have to compare with the original later, but I think they are just exactly the same, but pretty nice detail there. Even has little soles at the bottom of the feet. You can see even has little peg holes, so that's very nice. But yeah, nice little Sonic, a supersonic figure. It's really cool. Really neat. Yeah, definitely a nice look to have for this Sonic. Probably, I would say probably more better. Yeah, I would say he probably does look more better on the profile there, because then you get more of like the hair kind of sticking out there compared to that. It's like kind of like the straight on. With the head kind of more dramatic. I would say like that is even a little bit better, but get that going. But there he is. Cool little supersonic. Love the look. I think it looks great. It's like I kind of wish this one came with but with the Master Emerald. I think that would have made more sense with this, instead of like their second release of Sonic. It's like, but where he's normal and has that Master Emerald, because they just did this one, but with the Master Emerald, I think it would have made more sense. But in any case, this figure still looks great. It looks amazing. I love this already. It's so cool. And of course, we'll go over articulation real quick. He does have a ball at the bottom of the neck. That gives you kind of all hula hoop action, so we can look forward about that far, like kind of down. Nah, not too bad. Can look up. Okay, you can't really do a flying pose, I guess, with him. If you want him to look up, you can only really look down. But I don't really bother too much with that. You can do full 360, and at the arms you have your butterfly joints there, so it goes forward that much, goes back that far, not too bad. Have your shoulder hinge there that go up pretty far. Even if we move the head, it can kind of go almost all the way up, so not too bad. And then at the arm, you do have a swivel there, so you got a full 360 rotation. And then at the elbows, you do have just a single joint there, but he can still get, let's say, pretty far, kind of past 90. Megan, Elise, yo, hello, welcome, Megan, welcome back. We're finally doing these supersonic and super shadow figures. At least so far, this Sonic, pretty good. Oh, thank you for the like. I assume that was you, Megan. Thank you. Excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna. Megan says yes. Yes. We're back. Well, thank you, Megan. But and then of course, continuing with articulation, you have rotation here, the base, the hands, and you do have a in, out hinge there. And then also the finger articulation there. Yeah, which is nice to have. It's never my favorite, but as long as he can make a fist, it looks cool. That's all I really care about. But Megan says, get a Knuckles toy of from Sonic 3. At some point I will. I haven't mentioned that before. It's like that getting a Knuckles and Tails, it's definitely in the plans. If I can just get them and get them for the regular MSRP price, that's gonna be perfect because they're about like what? These are about like $15-$16 usually if you're going to like Walmart or something, because that's where I got this guy at Walmart. But then at the torso, you do have rotation. There you can do a full 360. There you can do a little bit of side to side, not very much, but a little bit of hula hoop action. But it's pretty cool. Megan says it's expensive. I'm not surprised. But then with the leg, you can actually kick out all the way up there. Kick back, not too bad. Kick out, basically just do the splits even on both sides. So that's crazy. Doing the whole classic, our little classic Glenn Webb with both feet flat on the floor, but he can't really go that. Get the super shadow. We'll get to him, Megan, in due time. Yeah, we got a whole stream to go through. But then you have your upper thigh cut there, so you get rotation. There you do get a single jointed knee there as well. So don't go up all the way, but still a pretty good thing there. And also get a little bit of rotation there as well at the knee. But then at the shoe, you get hinge forward at that far and back that far. And Megan says, sorry, I'm late. No, you're good, Megan. I'm late. I was supposed to start this at 8:30 and I started at 9 because I've been busy. But then we also have ankle rocker. Also just trying to get over this sickness that I'm dealing with right now. But overall, cool little Sonic figure. Looks really cool. His hips do feel a bit loose. He doesn't really want to support his weight that much because he has a huge head. So we're going to kind of just see what we can do. I can get him at some point, but it's just like he's just a little forward heavy. But a really nice looking Supersonic here. I think he's done really, really well. I just wish that he came but with the Master Emerald. I feel like that would have made more sense. But they're always just trying to just make decisions and kind of see what they can do with these figures, with these toys, as best as they can. Because these are actually pretty nice toys, and they do put effort into them. Megan says, I was watching Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's a great movie. I gotta rewatch that. I'm also hyped for before that new one. Hopefully it'll come out at some point. I think it's until like 2027. What's gonna be crazy. But Megan says they have one. We can get a Master and more, but it comes with the regular Sonic you have. Yeah, I remember that. So that's why I kind of wish that they would have just included it with it, because I think it would have been, a little bit better. It would have made more sense to have this Sonic with that Master Emerald, but I understand why they're finally getting to it, because I think that they were kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, we can actually do that. So then they put out another Sonic, because you always have to have a classic Sonic, but then they put out Knuckles. So I think Knuckles was kind of hard to find for a lot of people, and then also put in the other Robotnik guy in there too, because he's a fun figure. And Megan says, yes, Spider-Man Beyond Spider-Verse. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that to come out. When it's 2027, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is out, they're going to have the toys, and you might get them. I will. Yeah, I might get them. I'll really have to see. It's like, it really just depends on who's making them, because you can even see back here, I do have my little Spider-Verse excuse me, Sonic. I do have my little Spider-Verse display, so most of these are Sentinel. So yeah, so Miles and Gwen and the Spider-Ham are Sentinel, and then also the excuse me, the Peter Parker, also the Sentinel, yeah, the Peter Parker, yeah, Spider-Man, and also the Effects Scarlet Spider-Man. But he's kind of a part of both, kind of like classic comic display, but can also be a part of this. But he's kind of in both worlds. And then also the Mayfex Across the Spider-Verse, Peter B. Parker, yeah, with the Marvel Legends head, and also yeah, the drink, and then the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Noir with a custom cloak there, and then the CT Toys Spider-Man 2099. It's really cool. Wait, get Miles Morales and let's see who can win the battle, Supersonic or Miles Morales. Well, let's be honest. I think it's Supersonic, but I'll get Miles out anyways because he's just right here. Cool to see. Peter is falling over because he can't support his own weight because he's old. But a good Miles actually is taller, but I think that like proportionally, it's like it kind of works. I think that yeah, I do think that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do think that this Sonic is like he's got a huge head, but it works. It's like yeah, but it's two completely different styles. This is still more of that animated Spider-Man movie style, and then of course your more movie kind of Sonic based figures there. It's like, and then this is way more expensive, a lot more kind of yeah, a lot more premium, and this is kind of more a basic kind of figure here. So I'm not gonna bash them together, Megan. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna break my toys and scuff them because, as obvious, I'm a collector. I don't bash my toys. At least not that many, or at least not by accident. Some do get bashed, but it's unwilling participants, as including I am. But yeah, but I also do need to get a more older Miles because over times like I did get that. Maybe you can get Gwen and try the battle. I'm not gonna be trying to any bashing. Megan, these are premium figures. At least to me, they are. Yeah, for me to be on a shelf, not too entirely. It's like, well, we might do a little bash them, with Sonic and Shadow because I think I can afford to do that. So we might just go ahead and do that. But I appreciate it, Megan. I appreciate the engagement as always. But we will get Sonic moving over here to the side. Cool little figure, as always. Nice little Sonic that's going on there, and we're gonna get a little prepared. I feel like I gotta move this thing. Here we go. I feel that feels better. That feels way more centered because now we can get to opening our Sonic Movie 3 Super Shadow. I guess we'll move Sonic way back there. But there he is. Kind of more, I would say, more of like a paler kind of yellow, kind of even kind of like technically even flesh tone. Excuse me. If it is my mic, it is on. I just have to double check because I'm not looking at it. But yeah, cool little figure here in the same packaging as we ran down Sonic with Sonic 3 logo there. Have your Shadow, have your Tails, your Knuckles, and your Sonic there, your Jakks specific, and the Super Shadow name there, and then of course the figure here in all of its packaging and your red and your blues at the bottom. I actually didn't show this the Sonic, but I have your barcode there, all your legalese, all your copyrights, and on the back here the Sonic 3 logo, with the Sonic and the Shadow thing. Your Super Shadow and then Super Shadow Bio, which says Super Shadow is the unstoppable form of the ultimate life form. His speed and strength is devastating as he harnesses the limitless power of the Master Emerald. See? So that kind of makes sense. I feel like it would make even sense to have the shadow with the Master Emerald as well, because they mention it by name, so, you know. But there we have a nice promo image of Shadow, 22 points of articulation, all in your different languages. Collect them all, different languages, and have their second round Sonic, Knuckles, and and Gerald Robotnik. I don't know if I'll get this Gerald. I do like a doctor in a suit, and I do kind of like the look, but he doesn't really look like how he does in the movie. So I don't know. It's like, and I'll really have to see how he scales with other figures, because I think he'll probably either be too big or too small in any case. But I assume that this is the new Knuckles and the new Sonic. Of course, I think it's just the same figures as the first one, and that does look like the same exact promo image as the Supersonic, which came out before these new ones were even, I think, announced or even planned to release. But there they are. We're going to go ahead and get this Super Shadow open and get this going underway. If I can do so. Okay. There he is. There's our box. It was over there. Nice there. Shadow down even more. There he is in all his plastic glory. Excuse me as I wipe away all the, it says, dust and trash that's getting all over here. But look at this Super Shadow. He looks so cool. Love the little highlights of the reds and all his plastic glory and all his getting stuck in there. But we're going to go ahead and open up this, get him in hand. And now this, he does have twist ties around his hands. I don't know why they would be doing that for this, but not include that, with the, it's like, you do that with like any of your other figures. I think it's just Shadow, I think that had on before too. So I don't know if it's just a Shadow thing, or I don't know if it's just more kind of like safety, because they know that this guy is going to be kind of difficult or heavy to find. But I do, but we are going to get out, we are going to get out our little toolkit to free him using our little last, it's like, we're using our little snippers. We're going to do this back here so I can see what I'm doing. Also, I have to remind myself also to move my lights over so that they are actually lighting the scene instead of still pointing at me. Because you don't see me, at least right now. You don't need to see this face all lit up. We got one twist tie. Coming down. Pretty good there. And then our second one. Ooh, it is a little... Doesn't seem too bad. Oh. So the second twist tie wasn't even in all the way, so... Essentially, this Shadow is basically free. Unless he has a twist tie around his head, but he does not. There we go. So there's his plastic prison with that one twist tie. Get our snippers put away. Oh. In there. I'm gonna make Shadow presentable for the camera. Get him there. There is our Super Shadow. Get him. See how I can get him. It feels like he's kind of just looking up like that. I feel like he should be looking more straight. Maybe he is. Well, he is kind of looking straight. He's just kind of looking. He just has like those big puppy animal eyes to him. So they're very exaggerated. But even still, this Shadow figure honestly looks pretty cool. I think it is just the same exact sculpt as the original, but just instead of the black, with the hair, instead it's like this very pale kind of yellow here, and it does look very good. It does have one little red paint splotch there, but not too bad. But it still looks pretty good, and also paint is kind of clean. There is some splotches here and there, but overall, you're not really gonna notice that many. There's a lot of like little black and red paint splotches. I guess that's really because of that is like the main the paint that is going on. The body also little cuff there, also kind of missing paint or like has some black paint on it, so that kind of sucks. But and even on some red on the legs. But in any case, this guy looks great. I love how the red kind of contrasts so much kind of better with this yellow, even with the top of the hairs there. It's very nice, and how they kind of and how they tie together with the red of the eyes, have the nose, have just like a little like a side kind of like kind of mad look there, like he's like he's just kind of like, okay, it's like now we're serious. But this is kind of like regular Shadow kind of look in that scenario, so not too bad. Has the little hair tuft on there, and and the all white, and then same kind of hairy texture throughout the body and the arms. Even has his specific cuffs, and even little red tufts there on the arm there. It has your little band there. But Megan says, did you get any new Sonic character toys? I have not. It's just been these guys I've had for a bit, and nothing to do. But I do have Spider Ham. He's right there. He's sitting right there, Megan. I don't know why my messages were not going through, but now I see them. And then Megan says everything is good in the toys. It looks pretty good. Yeah, but nice little design with the cuffs with the rings, and then with the black and red cups are pretty nice. And then, of course, the white gloves with the open hands as well there. Pretty cool. And then, of course, down to his rocket boots. Little pieces there. Yeah, nice same kind of boot kind of cuff. Yeah, that kind of matches with the actual gloves. And nice little shoe design there with the little blasters right there. So not too bad. Even has the peg holes there, so if you wanted to put them on a stand, or maybe even use an effect at some point. I need to do that at some point, even with the regular Shadow, because that would look great. But yeah, really cool. Love this look for him. Of course, it doesn't really change the look too much. It just makes him yellow instead of black. But it's very cool. I kind of wish he was a little bit more on the color of Sonic's side, a little bit more brighter, but I think this is more accurate to what we see in the movie, and kind of, I guess, overall what he's, I guess, kind of like portrayed out, when he goes super. I think in some instances it is more like this brighter, like the saturated yellow. Sonic just fell over like it was nothing. You want me? Yeah, you want to see me do it again? I'll do it. Yeah, really, really cool. And then same kind of articulation as Sonic, but we'll go over it again as the ball at the bottom of the head, kind of hula hoops around 360 all around, and then side to side tilt. At the arms, he does have butterfly joints, so go forward about that far, go back about that far. Hinges actually up, I think, a little bit more because his face is actually kind of skinnier than Sonic's in some case, I guess, but it does go up pretty far, not too bad. But Maria said, but Megan said, Maria, Maria, Maria. Hello, Kaizaki or Kaizaki, welcome. Says, hi, I was wondering, what is Super Shadow's color? He doesn't look like normal yellow. Yeah, he's definitely not. He's more of, I would say, like a paler yellow. I don't know what specific yellow this is, but like it's just kind of like a whitish kind of yellow. It's like, it is a very, very kind of like, I don't know. It's like, it's a very kind of like, it's less of a saturated, it's more of like a desaturated yellow. It's kind of more of like a tan feel color in some way, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a yellowish tan color. Megan says, that's what he says. He does. Maria, Maria. Oh, I'm gonna go super for Maria because of stuff. But definitely not the same kind of yellows here, as you can see, just how different it is, just how much more of like a mustard kind of goldish yellow, I would say, for Sonic compared to like this more tan. Megan says, do you know that person in the chat? I do not, Megan. I don't really know that many people who really show up for the chat, but I appreciate y'all for enjoying the content. But continuing with our articulation at the arms, you do have a bicep swivel there, so you can go all the way around. We just saw there, have your single jointed elbow, but goes up actually past 90, actually better range than Sonic, so pretty good. But Kaizaki says, I'm the shadow of the group. Hey, there's nothing wrong with just doing you, Kai. You want to stay in the shadows, stay in the shadows. Yeah, that's your right. But then you have the articulated fingers, which is always a nice touch. But I don't really care about them too much because he doesn't even come with anything. So why not just make them this? But I get it. Especially, it's like, but with it, the motorcycle thing with the regular shadow, it makes sense. And Manga says, no, I'm the Sonic of the group. I'd probably say that. Well, it's like, well, you're probably the Tails because I'm the guy, if I gotta be honest. If anyone's the Sonic, it's me. Because you're on my show. You're on my platform, and I appreciate it. But you probably are more of a bigger Sonic fan than I am, so. Megan says, I'm joking, I really like Shadow, so I'm the Shadow of the group. You're all good, Megan. You're all good. But then with the waist, have your swivel there, your kind of side to side there, kind of hula hoop action. I know that was probably blocking most of that, but side to side, forward and back. Not really too much going on there, but kind of expected with the legs. Kick out, of course, with this shadow mold. I don't know why, but they did tighten up the legs a whole lot there, especially at the hips, so they kind of barely move out of packaging, so he can only really go that far, which is not really that far at all, especially compared to the Sonic. And these are also super tight, so I don't want to break them. Are you just going to paint your toys? No, I have the originals. Why? Yeah, why would I do that? But maybe if I want to do more like a kind of like a highlighted kind of thing, maybe I would paint them like that, but I would want to get doubles of these because I don't want to. Yeah, because I don't want to. Yeah, because I don't want to mess up my figures. I don't really do repaints, anyways. It's like I'll do a little, but touch ups. But I think it says let's fix it. There's nothing to fix. It's like, but I do have to kind of like put like some oil or something, I guess, in these joints at least to fix that. Okay, I just got it. There, it kind of clicked there, so we can go about that far. So that's actually really, really good. But just use caution because it is kind of scary. Can go back really far. I mean, he can kick like all the way back. Like that's like the most I've ever seen a figure kick in a while. And then upper thigh cut there is pretty nice. Your single jointed kind of knee there is technically double jointed. I think it's single jointed technically. And then yeah, that goes about that far. Not too bad. Does have a little bit of a rotation there as well, but probably not really that important. And then of course at the feet there, I think he also does he have an overlay? No. Okay. And so then he can kick forward. Here, let's get this foot about that far. I can get this. These knees are also not reliable as well. They're kind of weak. It also does have a red streak there. I didn't even notice that. So that's actually a really nice touch, even on the other side. Very nice. Sorry if you're not seeing this on camera. I'm just looking at it. But then, okay. So then with the shoe, kicks forward about that far, goes back about that far, and you have your ankle rocker pivot, which is very nice to have with these figures because they need it. Because look how big this head is. With these massive heads, they need all the support that they can get. And with these wobbly knees, but you know, these are really, really fun figures. Sonic is jealous because Shadow is better. That's an opinion. I don't know. It's like, well, Shadow is the ultimate life form. If we gotta be honest here, let's just bring in Sonic here. He's been here the whole time. We'll even get Sonic at least a bit. And honestly, it's like if I'm thinking of anything, yeah, with Sonic, I'm not really thinking too much of Shadow. If I'm thinking of the memes, probably with Shadow, but you know, with Sonic, it's Sonic. I think he kind of sells himself as well. I think he's such an iconic character at this point, at least for me. I no, it's like, and you know, in connection, yeah, in the canon, I think that Sonic's pretty cool. I think he knows that. I don't think he's Shadow. Yeah, I wouldn't think. Yeah, with Sonic's ego, I don't think he would think that Shadow is actually better than him. He's just like, oh, Shadow. He's like as good as me. But you know, because they did some crazy stuff in that movie. And Shadow did beat up Sonic a lot of times, but Sonic got to the point. He was winning. He had all the power. He was going to do it. But then, you know, he's an actual good guy. So he doesn't, you know, just straight up murder everything he sees. Yeah, but Megan says, be careful. Don't be saying that to Sonic. He punch you in the nose. He wouldn't punch me in the nose. Sonic is too good to just be doing that. Maybe this Sonic, because this Sonic was kind of crazy. But he was kind of more like a vengeful kind of Sonic look there. But look at these super Super figures. Super Sonic, Super Shadow. Both from Jakks Pacific. So good. Honestly. These figures look great. I might prefer kind of like this. Maybe even I think that works even better. I think it just makes more sense for Sonic to kind of be in the front a bit, but you also kind of want them to face the same way. I feel like Shadow's just like perpetually like looking over here. And Megan says, I took a screenshot. That's fun, Megan. Hope you like the figures. Because they do look, yeah, because they do look pretty cool. Honestly, they do look great together. Give them there a little bit more space there. I think these look great. They look amazing together. I think with the reds, yeah, with the white, and with the different yellows kind of make them stand out. Oh, with Sonic, excuse me, he is, I would say, more of like that classic. Okay, it's definitely like a Super Saiyan ripoff, if we gotta be honest. I don't know what came first. I would assume it would be, would assume it would have been Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball seems older in some case. I don't know if that's accurate. Especially, yeah, like Super Saiyans. I think Sonic was before that, maybe. Or maybe, no, it would have been Dragon Ball, I think, before that. I don't know. If y'all know, be sure to let me know which was a ripoff first. Yeah, because in my context, I used Sonic until 2022, says Megan. I don't know. But just a weird kind of inquiry. I guess I'm happy with my brain. Because I did always kind of think that the the Supersonic was kind of a ripoff of of the Super Saiyan look. I don't know what came first, because because he didn't turn super in the first Sonic game. Maybe in the second or even third. Can't really think about it, but because he did turn super in the second movie. So I won't be surprised if that's probably in the game. That's there somewhere, I guess. I don't know for sure. But in any case, cool figures. Look really nice. Just awesome. I'm glad that they were able to make these figures, that they can keep making them. And um, I guess kind of have different, kind of like interpretations of these characters. Have kind of cheaper, but kind of more modern feeling-ish kind of line with the different looks and all the details that we are getting in these figures, even though we're not getting like really that many accessories. Of course, now they're doing them, but like with Knuckles, he's got 2 flame fist effects, and that's cool. I need to get that. But then with the new, the second release of Sonic, he has the Master Emerald, which is a very good accessory, though I wish it didn't come with just the regular Sonic, because I have the first version, so I would have waited until this new one, but I don't want to get a second one, because I already have it. Did the other kind in the sea? What? I don't know what that means. I have the Knuckles with the Flames of Disaster. Okay. Yeah, is that what that one is called? Because if it's the Flame of Disaster one, then I definitely need to get that one, because I don't have a Knuckles. So that's something on the list for sure. And that's Sonic though. It's just not. I just don't need it. It's like I've seen it. It's like, and the Master Emerald is cool, but I'm like, ugh, I don't really want to get another Sonic. I'm kind of just good with just having the one. I'd rather just wait for something else to maybe come with that. I don't even know what other characters it would come with. Because if they give us, okay, because we did have a Tails, but if they give us a new Tails, I don't know with what. Maybe they give him like his little phone accessory, because that would be nice to have. Now that I'm thinking about it, like his little gadget, his little tracker, I guess it is. So that would be cool to have. Yeah, I don't know why I said phone, but you know, it's weird stuff. And Megan says, yes, it's on Walmart online. I was doing it now. I got it. Okay, because the Master Emerald is not kind of a toy. Well, it's an accessory of the toy. But yeah, but I'll have to check out like all my sites and see what's going on. Yeah, with Knuckles and Tails, because the Tails, only thing I could find was like the Amazon thing, and it was already like $25, and I was like, this thing was like 15. Y'all need to chill out, because that's what these were. Because that's how I much. Yeah, because that's how much I got them. I got them at Walmart, friggin' Target, bro. Just your stores, just your regular stores. You know, well, one of them we're not really on with. Well, the other one I don't really like either. But you know, we got options, but I haven't been going to the store. I'm just shopping at other stores. Trying to avoid spending on the big corpse these days. So we're just doing online. We're doing our thing. We're picking our battles. But we're having fun. We're enjoying these figures. I hope y'all are enjoying my ramblings. Obi's cousin, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. We just unboxed the Jakks Pacific Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Super Sonic and Super Shadow figures. Really fun. Kind of wish they came with a Master Emerald, if anything. But, you know, still pretty cool. It says, yo, what's up? Obi says, sup. We're going to go ahead with comparisons. We're going to stop stalling and rambling about these awesome figures, even though they look so cool. I do love these. Because here we have the regular Sonic over here. And this is a beautiful figure. And it is the same shoes. I forgot how small his little buckles are on this. They're more of like a regular shoe or kind of sneaker than anything. Louis' cousin says this kid named Shills copied my episode. He got a strike and the video was taken down. Yeah. That's insane that someone would like be stealing your content, Obi. I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, you just make cool little animation cartoons. It's weird. But Megan says it's just gonna be a good picture for me. I guess so. These kids these days, yeah, that are thinking to do bad stuff. You're telling me, Megan. These darn kids stealing other people's work, art is not cool. But look at this Sonic. It's just so good. Oh, I love it with this. Yeah, when he got a strike, he said I falsely striked him, that it was real. Well, I'm glad it actually worked out. It's like, yeah, and that you were actually calling a person out, yeah, for stealing your thing. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what they say because it's like, hey, you stole my art, and you know, yeah, there's evidence, and you have a strike because you stole my art. And Gage Lunsford said, "Yo, remember me? I think I do, Gage." Your name is very familiar. At least I think so. Obi's cousin says, who are you? Gage has been kind of off for a bit, but yeah. Yeah, stealing someone's content is bad. Very much. Kind of like one of the worst things that you can kind of do out there, but but that's the internet for you. People steal whatever. I mean, you look at AI art. That's basically stealing art, if you think about it. You're basically just making a computer do like to search the web and steal art and then just mash it together. Because that's just the whole the thing. It's like it steals art. And then it says yes, like how someone hacked my Roblox account. That's bad. That very much sucks. Yeah, to get hacked, have your account kind of ruined by a random person. It's something especially that you enjoy, that just sucks. Thankfully I haven't been but thankfully I haven't really had that problem before. But time will tell. But here's the shadow figure next to this one, and I think you can see it is the same figure, just with the different colors there. But Obi says, guys, go to Shills 2 and report his videos for cyberbullying. He will get 2 more strikes. I don't know if I'm gonna go out and hate on someone, but yeah, it's like I get that. Megan says I still have it, but they could some stuff out on it. I don't know. Yeah. Then Gage says, "See ya. I'm going to bed." Well, good night, Gage. Hope you sleep well, bro. Thank you for joining the stream. Hope you have enjoyed it. Megan says, I hope they don't do bad stuff on it, but I'm still gonna play it. I hope they don't give me a ban. Oh, you mean a ban? Hopefully not. I hope not, but hackers will do whatever they want. Megan says, but Obi's cousin says, yeah, Megan want to be friends. Move our content stolen. Yeah, we have one thing in common. Yeah, both our comment. Both of our content being stolen. That's funny. Like I says, can we play Roblox? I don't play Roblox, but she's probably talking to Obi there, because Obi says, no, I play Among Us. We can be YouTube buddies. YouTube buddies are cool. Gage says, I'll stick around a little longer. Well, I appreciate it, Gage. Hope you're enjoying the content. But look at these figures. Really cool. Like I said, I got an amazing picture. I hope you did. If you did this. Hope y'all are enjoying it. It says Sonic 3. Sonic 3. But now moving over from Sonic, we'll kind of move these guys back over here. We will do a comparison with the Jakks specific Mario and Luigi from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Megan says, wow. Then Mario here. They are kind of weird with the eyes. Do feel kind of weird, and the whole the flesh tone thing is kind of weird, but overall I think they're pretty good. I think that they look great, and then I think they perfectly scale with this Sonic and Shadow, and this is their super form evens. This even reminds me, I kind of want to see if they can do the Infinity Star versions of Mario and Luigi. I don't know. They could do kind of like a sheen on these figures and have them kind of like a rainbow kind of tint. I don't know how they could do that paint wise, but I feel like that there's a way to do it. like to make them all, yeah, kind of like glittery, yeah, kind of like yeah, with glitter and stuff all over them. But you know, really, really cool. And I think that they actually style pretty well together and scale pretty good, and they look fun. They look really fun together. I think it says, "Oh, I need those." Oh, you definitely do. They're great figures. Despite like the eyes, I feel like it's, especially on Mario, it's kind of bad. It's like, oh, it's like what's happening with the eyes? They're like so like sunken in, and they kind of like they follow you. He kind of looks a little bloodshot. Also, he looks a little terrifying. Luigi looks okay. I think his eyes are a little bit better, but they still follow you, and that's still kind of weird, at least for me. I think it says I'm gonna get those Mario toys one day. I'm so excited. I'm going to the Minecraft movie tomorrow. Oh, okay. I hope you'll enjoy that. Megan. I really want to also see that movie. Honestly, I think it looks pretty neat. It looks very much dumb fun movie, in my opinion. Yeah, but definitely recommend picking up these Mario figures. I think that they're pretty good. If you check like your Ollies, if you have an Ollies near you, I think that they have a ton of these. Like, yeah, like yeah, depending on your area, like they could be covering the whole shelf of it. But here we have continuing with the Mario line because that's like the main kind of like the video game stuff I have here on here. But then we have Toad over here as a person in the play as Aquaman, and I love him. Jason Momoa, you're talking about Jason Momoa? That guy is awesome. He seems like a nice guy. I hope he is a nice guy. But he's definitely like the very much kind of like celebrity type. He's very cool. I definitely need to watch that movie. It's like with him and Jack Black, it's like we'll see him like it's like my friends have been sending me like promo, yeah, kind of like videos of those two together, of like Jack Black and Jason Momoa doing like press stuff, and it's like so hilarious. It's so funny. Definitely like have to check out like all the crazy press stuff that they do because it's been insane and they're really funny. And Megan says he's gonna be in it. I know you told me. Jason Momoa, Aquaman, and and Jack Black as Steve. They're gonna be in the same movie, and they're gonna have like four other characters. It could have just been just like a buddy cop thing. It could have been like a guy and another guy. But it's like if the story is to do like more variety of characters, then that's the story, and I think it'll be good. And Megan says, "I'm Steve." Says, I love that. I love that that's become a meme now. Like, I'm Steve. But now I want to get some Minecraft figures at some point. I might do. I might do the actual. I don't know. I don't know what versions. If I would want to get the movie toys because they're just kind of basic. I don't really care for them that much. They're not that important to me. But maybe even getting like the actual like the video game versions of them, like the more like the full like the pixel kind of like just the full like the blocks look. That wouldn't be too bad. Oh, it would be something. But yeah, there's a they're getting more of like your humanoid, I guess, type characters. So you have Princess Peach here, and you have Toad here, looking pretty neat. And like the different yellows here. Her yellow is a little bit more kind of, I guess, kind of a lighter tone, even compared to Sonic's. Pretty good. Then, person who plays as Aquaman, he has a toy in the Minecraft toy. Oh yeah, I have seen that too. Yeah, that he has his own figure. So not too bad. Okay, then this comparison. Oh, over camera, excuse me. Okay, so this next comparison is actually a really fun one. It's like a couple fun ones. It's like, well, one leads to to our last comparison. One our last comparison. I think we'll do like a couple more figures if I can think of any. But first we're gonna do a comparison with our cat mart, kind of like the animal thing going on with the hair and the fur and the yellow specifically too as well. But it's like, but this one is a little bit more kind of, I would say it's a little kind of like, I don't know. It's like, because this is definitely like, this is more like a finer, like a cat fur, so it's a little bit more like fluffier compared to the Sonic, where it's a little bit more kind of smooth, kind of like a quilty kind of feel of it instead, and a very different look for Mario, kind of crazy. Looks very weird. But Megan says, and I have to put a new place in the Minecraft movie, and his name is Henry, and it comes with that, and I have that. His name's Henry. They named Jason Momoa Henry. Who's Henry? But then you have Namek. I think it's Namek. Yeah, because like Kitu. Oh, like like or Lakitu. I think they also call them, or Kamek. Yeah, Kamek. K-M-E-N-K. Because it's not Namek. Yeah, because that's from Dragon Ball. What? What am I trying to say? I think like Kamek. Is that his name? I don't know what his name is. Yeah, I can't remember this wizard name. But the Wizard Koopa, I'll just call him Wizard Koopa, or it's just a Namek. I think that's what he's called. I don't know. I can't remember. Well, yeah, let me know. I think it says it's from the Minecraft movie, Henry. It's gonna be in it. It's a kid. It's a kid. I understand. It's a character named Henry who has a toy. Megan, you're good. I'm trying to fight with this figure. Come on. Yeah, Mario. He's gonna go back there. Because he's a cat. And then Kamek, Kamek, Koopa Wizard. Sonic's dead again. So Shadow, just do it. Megan says, just like it. Just like it. Huggy toys. Huggy toys. There they are. I can get Sonic to stand up with his weak kind of thighs here. Yeah, with his weak legs. I guess like that's okay. It's not perfect, but it actually does look kind of cool. I do actually like that a lot. Okay. No, no. Okay. We're gonna move you, who I can't exactly remember the name of. Get out. Our biggest guy. We actually do have to move everything back for this one. Well, maybe we'll do. No. He's gonna go in the back because he's so big. We got Bowser. We're gonna clear out everything in front of it because you can't see it. We're gonna move this, move this, move this, move this. Bring in the Bowser. You can see how they scale with this. This Bowser is insane. Steve. I'm Steve. I'm Steve. I'm Steve. Well, look at the Bowser. It's so cool. Everyone is maybe sleeping. I don't know. Everyone's awake here. What an awesome Bowser figure. Looking so cool. Just look at that. Bowser. And it looks so cool with these as well. We're gonna get Bowser here. We're gonna get like a shadow here. We're gonna bring Sonic and Shadow. Okay. These gotta go right here. These gotta go here. You can come up here. Mario. We're gonna do it like this. Look at that shot. Toad. Hammock. Each Cam Mario. I'm gonna try to figure out how to fit this better. You to take up less space. You there. How did I have it so perfectly and now it's all messed up? I guess I just want to hone in. Well, look at that. Everything in the one. Even if you do, a little height, you want to get Bowser in there, I guess, a little bit more. I probably have to get a stand for him. I could do, hold up, quick one. Could use the bottom of our little kit here, Mr. Basic. Give him a little elevation. He gives a little bit of credence. He's got something, probably even try to stand higher if we're able. He has fuzz on him. I did actually dust these the other day. Well, actually today. I knew I was going to do a live stream. Freshly cleaned up. As well as I could. If Bowser a little taller, even get him down. Look at that. You're telling me that's not badass, bro. Everyone, all the haters hating on this, bro. No. I ain't seen one hater. You hate this? Bro. It's toys. It's about having fun, living life, enjoying what you want to enjoy. I mean, look at all this crap I got. Oh, a light there. Yeah, new setup. But look at all the figures. It's so cool. It's so badass. You can probably see that. Well, the wires right there. You can't see that. That's good. We could try to get a good focus on this stream. We go a little bit behind the scenes. We look at stuff, what's going on. We got lights and stuff. We're not clean. Yeah, we're not that clean. It's not like a whole studio. We just got lights everywhere. Excuse me. I should be more professional about that. Oh, okay. I'm just getting tired because I'm sick, honestly. Because I'm just literally sick. But I've been talking for an hour and a half. Hey, Kate. Cool figures. Jakks specific. Sonic. Supersonic. Super Shadow. Comparisons with the regular Sonic Shadow. Jakks specific. Super Mario movie figures. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Cat Mario, and Kamek, Koopa Wizard, Magic Koopa, or whatever, and Bowser from the movie as well. Looks so cool. Also, Jack Black as well. It's Steve. Minecraft all over again. All about the video games. So cool. But I do actually, well, now that we're actually here, hold up. We're going to do a couple more comparisons, some extra comparisons that I just remembered that I should be doing. Even doing, we're gonna, I'm gonna mute up in a minute and I'll be right back. The mic is okay. All right, we are back with a few more comparison figures, namely, specifically, one is video games related, and another one is more kind of like style related, not same kind of franchise, but same kind of things actually going on with these figures, which is the Super Saiyan, Goku, and Vegeta in my collection, if they don't want to die. Excuse me while I teach them how to stand again. Where we have the Super Saiyan Goku, kind of his, I would say this is kind of like his Cell Saga kind of thing in my mind, even maybe even Boo Saga or something. Kind of like a later Goku. Well, maybe not even Boo Saga. This would be. Is this no? Yeah, that would be Cell Saga. That feels like Cell Saga. Or kind of like Android Saga, and then you have Vegeta, yeah, who is on a superheroes Dragon Ball Z body, but I am using the armored Super Saiyan head on here. I just like the costume, and I kind of like how it actually works with the proportions a little bit. I know colors don't exactly match perfectly, but I think this actually looks pretty good. I like it. And it is kind of like, it is actually kind of like matching with the different yellows. So with this Goku, you have that more, kind of like that classic vibrant kind of matte yellow that kind of goes with the, that kind of matches with the Sonic. And then you have this more kind of, I guess, kind of like this. It's more of a shinier tone, yeah, with the Vegeta, but it's kind of more lighter. It's not that saturated as well. It's more of like a white, and it kind of actually goes with the shadow. I think they kind of have that perfect kind of Super Saiyan kind of like look in comparisons, at least in this interpretation with the kind of like the golden hair with this compared to just the straight yellow, because there is a version I think out there with just the yellow for this Vegeta, I believe. In the old version, it was still this kind of color. So that does make sense. But I'm trying to think of there's another Super Saiyan Vegeta that doesn't have this, but has just the yellow. There probably is, even probably like some third party stuff because they're always making stuff. But you know, they're not too bad, not too bad, and they look pretty good. They look pretty neat. And then our last comparisons going to be with a couple of, I would say, fun kind of street fight video game characters with the Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Ken and Ryu. I think that these guys do kind of work with this. I don't know if they would ever show up on the same thing together, but it would be cool even with the regular Sonic there. I'm pretty sure I did that comparison. If I didn't, why didn't I? But look at those two. And look at these with the super version. They look so cool. Sonic looking that way. He should be looking like forward like that too. But yeah, Ryu looks great. Ken looks great. These are perfect figures, in my opinion. These are the ones that I needed. I don't need anything else. I might want a custom kind of like Ken outfit because I always think of Ken kind of more. That's kind of prettier than this. I feel like his nose is kind of just big, but he looks pretty cool. I think he just looks weird, but I don't know. I just yeah, I don't know. But yeah, but he does look cool though. I do like him. He kind of even has like a manga kind of style of it too, but I know this is just like Street Fighter 2. But I don't know. I just have to get him in a good pose. I don't know. I kind of struggle with Ken. It's like with Ryu, he just stands there and he looks badass. Ken, I gotta kind of work at. Kind of like that, where he's kind of cocky about it. He's kind of like, yeah, you want to fight? All right, we'll fight. All right, I'm gonna beat you up. Yeah, Ryu was like, Ken, you're an idiot. I'm literally like 10 times better than you. And Ken's like, no. Bro, fireball. It's like, bro, I can do fireball. Easy. All right. Bet. And they do it. They're the Street Fighters. And they're so cool. Yeah, these are amazing figures. Really, really neat. But yeah, I think with all of that being said, I think we are good for the stream. I do want to maybe, we're going to do, try to incorporate these guys a little bit better. Gonna get Ryu. Ken. Then we'll get Vegeta. It's too short to be seen. And Goku. 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 Please stand. You scratch that? No. Goku's also kind of, you see, you can barely see him, but he is there. He covers up Ryu if you get him in. Ryu can come out more if Mario wants to come out more. But do we want to try to get, I guess we can try to get Vegeta in here, give him some space to actually do something. So Ken can go here, Vegeta can go there. He's still kind of short. Not a problem. That's like half of the problem. he was like this tall, it'd be no problem, but he's not. He's literally this tall. He's a short king, bro. Yeah, and there's two shadows with two giant things in front of them. Yeah, no, we gotta give him some space. Oh god, unless he falls down and breaks everything, like the freaking Bowser. We're gonna move you back for now. I can just get this Vegeta work because I'm doing this with one hand, mind you. I'm trying to balance myself and get around this camera. Okay. Well, I think Vegeta's just gonna not be seen. If we gotta be honest. Ocean's too short. When are you ending the stream? As soon as I want to, Megan. We will be probably ending off soon. I'm just trying to get the end. Just trying to get this looking good. And I fill up the whole screen with figures. Get her over there. Get Mario over here. Get Toad. And on this, over here. Kamek. I don't know the name still. But look at these cool figures. Ken, coming a little bit more. Vegeta. Okay. He just stuck there now. But still, really cool figures. Well, love these figures. I think they're really cool. I think they're awesome. Hopefully y'all, and hopefully y'all have enjoyed my thoughts on them and all my ramblings about these toys and all these figures. And if you want to see any more of this, if you want to see specific stuff, you want me to unbox stuff, like be like, hey, go get this and unbox it, I'd be like, okay, cool, let's do that. Because some collaboration with my audience would be really fun. So be sure, comment what you want to see. Like, if you do enjoy this, thank you to the people who have already liked during the stream as it's going live right now. I really appreciate it. But yeah, and subscribe. Let's grow the channel. Let's keep going as far as I can go. But, even though I only post once a week, I'm just doing the most I can at the time. But we'll see. Hopefully in due time I can keep making more content because I do want to keep doing more pictures. Just gotta find time for that. And then even then trying to edit videos and do that just was always a longer process. It's just gonna be even longer as it always is. Because I'm never consistent with posting on here. Except for live streams. And they have been every week for like over a year. I've been doing this for technically even it feels like 2 years. Because I started this on Instagram like forever ago. Because I did, man, it's been like 2 years. I've been doing this for 2 years. Doing just talking about toys, streaming, seeing if y'all like it. I want to kind of grow this channel a little bit, especially through kind of like more reviewing figures, but I like doing the bits a little bit. At least I got a lot of old bits. But the reviews have been doing good. Y'all really enjoyed Cyclops one. I think that's also because I had a pretty decent thumbnail there. Kind of clickable, if you ask me. But yeah. I don't know. I'm just rambling. But hope y'all have enjoyed it. Be sure, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Instagram for pictures and kind of behind the scenes reels and even kind of like showing off stuff for this early, being like, it's here. This live stream is here. Go check it out. Because you should. Because I see the people that I have on Instagram, and it's pretty good. I would say it's all right now. But could have been better at something. I don't know. I just think that social media is just kind of like, ugh. But you know what's like, but this is like actual connection of some kind. Because YouTube is like everywhere. But not everyone sees this, and that's fine. It's like the last live stream did like pretty good. It did like 90 views. I can't ask for anything more during this time. I mean, because like, yeah, I know it's like I shouldn't care about those numbers because this is just for fun. But it's like I like seeing how many people have seen this. It's like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Like, man, like I wish more people saw this. I don't know. I'm just blabbering on. But hope y'all have enjoyed the video. Enjoy the stream. I'm just gonna go ahead, say goodnight. Have a good one. Be cool. Do good. Do you. And have a good one. And goodbye.